But our general, I guess you could say, habit uh, when it comes to relating to all of this is to all of this that's occurring, it seems to be occurring, is to orient to how it seems to be, the ways we're describing all that's here, all that's appearing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what life does. As one of its functions is to see all this that's appearing and put it into categories and name it and describe it, and then based on that, proceed accordingly based on all that we think is going on. I mean, this is kind of life, right? In one sense. Um, and one of the functions of that, all of that interpreting, though, is that all sorts of conclusions are drawn about what's happening. And, very sort of primally, uh, is this okay? Is this something that I like? Is this a benefit? Is this a potential threat? That kind of almost vigilance that we have around what's appearing. How am I doing? Even in the whole context of spirituality, it's like, am I getting this present stuff, this awakening? Is this awakening? Is this freedom? Is this it's kind of endless, isn't it? And so this attention to, it's like what's on the TV show and what do I think about that essentially? And is it what I want to be happening? Why is it happening? What does it mean? How does it relate to my life? In what way is it a reflection of what I'm wanting in life? And on and on and on it goes, right? That's the orientation to what's on the television screen of life, if you will, how things seem to be, the dramas unfolding, right? And they may be more or less dramatic as we think of that term. Sometimes they're just, seem relatively undramatic, um, relatively speaking. But nevertheless, that's the habit, right? To orient to what we think is happening, what we think the appearances are. And so in these explorations, I'm often inviting folks and invite you now to just make this slight shift of orientation to the sheer fact of the appearing. That's it. This is what one way to understand what is the same about everything fundamentally, what is common or equal about everything is that it's appearing, that it's showing up. This is showing up. What is showing up and do I like it? Okay. I'm used to that way of orienting. Now I'm just going to appreciate like, wow, the the light show itself, not what's playing, how the light show is appearing, but that there is this light show we call reality, this miraculous appearing that appears as each instant, that appears as each momentary perception, as each circumstance, as each experience. That's appearing right now in real time as whatever seems to be here. So don't worry about what it seems to be. Just appreciate that it is appearing. That's it. And you'll start to notice something like, wow, this is true about everything. The miracle that it is appearing. It's true about the happiest thoughts and the saddest thoughts and the most joyful emotions and the most troubling emotions, that they all are appearing. That's their basis. Because everything depends upon this fact of the appearing, the inexplicable, impossible to um, really make sense of. I mean, We could tell stories about how the moment is springing forth magically. Every aspect of it, all the what we call the material universe, right? The molecules and atoms and subatomic particles that are appearing and look like all the forms of the world, right? Materially speaking. And then the whole, if you will, inner world of thoughts, feelings, perceptions. It's all appearing, isn't it? And if you look at right now, the world, the objective world, so to speak, outside of you, if your eyes are open and you can see it's all appearing like just like a show. And then if you look at the body, which again we kind of think of as our subjectivity, like it's appearing equally, isn't it? To all the appearances that we think of as not us. It's all equal in its appearing. So we are this appearing, as is the world. And in that sense, it's a continuum of appearing, a continuum of this light show that appears as all the distinctions, but is one single show. It's like one painting that happens to be a dynamic painting. It's not static images, it's moving, a painting that's moving, that's alive. But very much like a physical painting, a still life, if you will, where all the images in the painting are not moving. They're painted. They seem to be holding still. This alive painting, like the physical painting, the still life, that looks like different things is actually one painting, right? There's no, it's one array of paint. And this reality of all these differentiated objects and phenomena, including us and the world, is one splash of life, one, I can't really say, can you? What is the what is the painting of life, of aliveness made of? Don't think about the appearing. I mean, you can, but feel it viscerally. Everything is appearing. The felt sense of what's appearing. It's felt in the sense of it's present, right? Everything's being felt. This upwelling of the instant. I remember hearing this. I can't remember where I heard it. I might have heard it from my friend Peter. I don't remember this. I love the image of the sparklers, like on the 4th of July here in the US. I remember as a kid, and you light the sparkler, and then all these sparks, flying out from the center of that light that you lit, the sparkler, and all that. This is all the sparkles of reality, right? Coming from this single, whatever, um, this singular appearing. It's like we're touching that, we're noticing that right now, appreciating that singular force that we're feeling as the emergence of each thing we call experience. What it is, how we might describe it, what's its significance or lack of significance, that's all way downstream from the immediacy of this explosion of life, of appearing. It's never absent. It's the only thing that really is. And we're feeling that in each instant. There's nothing, this is what we're feeling. Is this appearing as each seemingly different flavor of life and experienced as different flavors of life. But fundamentally, all of it, this inexplicable appearing. It's just already here. It's not something we have to conjure up right now. It's already here as this moment, already happening as what we call experience, this magical, magnificent appearing. It's everything being perceived, and it's what's perceiving. All of it is this magical appearing. One appearing as many, but one force of appearing, the Shakti, the vital force of life. There's no separation from this perspective. The appearing is undivided. It's not like one thing is appearing, like the sound of my voice, and then there's some whatever gulf, gap, and then there's the visual field that's appearing, and then there's another gap, and then there's the whole mental field appearing. It's not like that, is it? It's a single appearing with no dividing lines, with no walls between anything that's appearing. It's just one appearing, that a singularity that appears differentiated, but is a singular appearing. Do you feel that? Do you see that? There's only one home, and this is it. This appearing. We're always home, the home of reality. What other home could there be? It's the home that includes everything. That's why it's absolute. It's everything is included as this appearing, right? You don't have to change something about how you're perceiving, about how you're experiencing, about what's being noticed, because everything that's noticed is disappearing. That's why you don't have to change it. There's no better appearance. There might be ones that we prefer, but arguably, but here it is, and here it is, and here it is. This thisness, this. I mean, words just can't can't do it justice. It's like the shift that I'm inviting in this little exploration is from what's playing on the screen to, like, metaphorically speaking, turning around and noticing the projector that's making all that's showing up, that's generating this moment, this feel that. There's nothing you can really find, but just feeling the moment is enough. That's the generative force of everything. Not what it is, but that it is. That's the equalness of everything. The one thing appearing as all seemingly distinct, different things. And this is what we are. This is what everything is. Impossible to miss, actually. It's only when we imagine that it's somehow being missed. But that imagination itself is it. And as we move in and out of sort of different modes, if you will, of experiencing, like we're going to move into more of a conversational mode, inquiring and maybe asking questions. And this is just another way the appearing looks, right?